Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devin Saraswatin Vyasam
Devim Saraswatyam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu
Astaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavadir Naistiti
Bhaktin Bhakti Naistiti
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for this morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 2, Text 1. Sorry, Canto 2, Chapter 1, Text number 16. So the chapter name is The First Step in God Realization. Okay. Please repeat the sloga behind me. Grahat pravrajito dhiraha
Grahat Prajito Viraha
Punyatirtha jala plataha
Punyaturta Jala Plutaha
Socho vivikta asino
Sucha Vivikta Asino
Vidivat kalpitasane.
Vidivat Kalpitasane.
Word by word, Mani, please repeat behind me. Grahat
From one's home.
from one's home. Pravijitaha,
Pravrijitaha.
having gone out.
Having gone out.
Dhiraha,
Viraha.
self-controlled.
Self-control.
Punya,
Punya.
pious.
Payas.
Tirtha,
Tirtha.
sacred place.
Sacred place.
Jala aplataha,
Jala Aputaha.
fully washed.
Fully washed.
Sochaha, socho,
Sucha.
cleansed.
Cleanse.
Vivikte,
Vivikte.
solitary.
Solitary.
Asinaha,
Asinaha.
seated.
Seated.
Vidivat,
Vidivat.
according to regulations.
According to regulations.
Kalpita,
Kalpita.
having done.
Having done.
Asane,
Asane.
on a sitting place.
On a sitting place.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhyasen with the A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Translation, please repeat behind me. One should leave home
One should leave home
and practice self-control
and practice self-control.
in a sacred place.
In a sacred place,
He should bathe regularly
he should bathe regularly
and sit down in a
and sit down in
lonely place,
a lonely place,
duly sanctified.
duly sanctified.
Purport. To prepare oneself for the better next life, one must get out of one's so-called home. The system of Varnashram Dharma or Sanatana Dharma prescribes retirement from family encumbrances as early as possible after one has passed 50 years of age. Modern civilization is based on family comforts, the highest standard of amenities, and therefore, after retirement, everyone expects to live a very comfortable life in a well-furnished home decorated with fine ladies and children. without any desire to get out of such a comfortable home. High government officers and ministers stick to their prize post until death, and they neither dream nor desire to get out of the homely comforts. Bound by such illustrations, materialistic men prepare various plans for a still more comfortable life. But suddenly, cruel death comes without mercy and takes away the great plan maker against his desire, forcing him to give up the present body for another body. Such a plan maker is thus forced to accept another body in one of 84 lakhs of species of life, according to the fruits of the work he has performed. In the next life, persons who are too much attached to family comforts are generally awarded lower species of life and account of sinful acts performed during a long duration of sinful life. And thus, all the energy of the human life is spoiled. In order to save from the danger of spoiling the human form of life and being attached to unreal things, one must take warning of death at the age of 50, if not earlier. The principle is that one should take it for granted, once you take it for granted that the death warning is already there, even prior to the attainment of 50 years of age. And thus, at any stage of life, one should prepare himself for a better next life. The system of Sanatana Dharma institution is so made that the followers is trained for the better next life without any chance that the human life will be spoiled. The holy places all over the world are meant for the residential purposes of retired persons getting ready for their better next life. Intelligent persons must go there at the end of the life, and for the matter, after 50 years of age, to live a life of spiritual regulation for the sake of being freed from family attachment, which is considered to be the circle of material life. One is recommended to quit home just to get rid of material attachment because one who sticks to family life until death cannot get rid of material attachment. And as long as one is materially attached, one cannot understand spiritual freedom. One should not, however, become self-complacent simply by leaving home or by creating another home at the holy place, either lawfully or unlawfully. Many persons leave home and go to such holy places, but due to bad association, again become family men by illicit connection with the opposite sex. The illusionary energy of matter is so strong that one is apt to be under such illusion at every stage of life, even after quitting one's happy home. Therefore, it is essential that one practice self-control by celibacy without the least desire for sex indulgence. For a man desire
Prabhu, your voice is breaking. Last
to
30
improve
seconds.
the condition problem. Now it is
Hare
fine.
Krishna. And
Is it
now
fine
it is
now?
fine, Prabhu. Last 1 minute we are not able to hear.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, let me continue reading. Especially such desires, the method is that one should have a duly sanctified sitting place made of straw, deerskin, and carpet, and thus sitting on it, one should chant the holy name of the Lord without offense. As prescribed above, the whole process is to drag the mind from material engagements and fix it on the lotus feet of the Lord. This simple process alone will help one advance to the highest stage of spiritual success. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवाद पाशाश देशधारणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So this is the continuation of the same chapter. So Sukadeva Goswami is giving the instructions to and instruction to Parikshit Maharaj. So he was saying in this sloka, Sukadeva Goswami is saying that the man intelligent person should leave the homely comfort and practice the self-control. and they will be stay in the sacred place and take the bath regularly in the sacred river and sat down lonely and pray to the Lord and chant the holy name of the Lord. This is the sloka it is saying. So one should leave the home at the age of at least minimum 50, not at early age. So it is desired, if it is an intelligent person, if they don't have much attraction towards the family life, they will leave the family life and they will connect with the brahmachari life itself. They will go into the path of, they will continue the brahmachari life. They will not get into that, because we have the 4 ashram, that is brahmachari ashram, grahastha ashram, vanaprastha ashram, and sannyasi ashram. These are 4 ashrams. So first 25 years we will be in the brahmachari ashram. So the brahmachari ashram is meant for to study the scriptures. In the Vedic culture time, so the brahmacharis, they will be live along with the guru, or even though they are living with the family, they will strictly follow their celibacy, and their only aim is to learn the scriptures. They won't distract with any other artificial, like you need to work, you need to go for your work, you need to do this, that. No, they don't have any other desires. They will fully settle with the knowledge of Vedic knowledge, and based on how they are practicing that, and because the guru can identify what this person can do, because not all the students will be in the same category, right? So some person will observe the knowledge and he able to preach, so that person will become a preacher and be a brahmana. Somebody, because in the Gurukula, they will teach everything. They will teach not only scriptures, they will teach how to fight in the war. So all those defense technologies, all those things everything they will teach. So there, everything, even cooking service, even safeguarding the devotees. So all those they will teach in the Gurukula. So based on the person's interest, they will allocate the persons. Guru will allocate the person, because by seeing the person and by his bodily strength and mind, Guru can understand that this person can work on this. So Guru will allocate that kind of service to them when they are along with the Guru. So they will practice in that manner and they will get into that kind of life. So most of the time, there are very less only people get into the life of brahmachari. They will continue the brahmachari life after completing the course. So after the course, they will go back to home, and if they willing to continue brahmachari, they will come out from the home and they will connect with some of the ashram and they will serve the guru and they will continue there. Otherwise, they will get married and they will become a grahastha. So even though they are grahastha, already they studied in the brahmachari ashram that grahastha life is a temporary period where he need to prepare himself. So he need to prepare himself the detachment. So already many devotees, some mature devotees, if they already detached from the life, they will continue the brahmachari ashram. But since we have this, if our senses are not under, we want to, we don't know, we can't control our senses. So we need to use our senses in the regulated way. That is the reason we are getting into married and getting into the grahastha ashram. So since we studied all the ashrams, so our goal of life is clear. The brahmachari ashram itself, when we study with the Gurukula itself, there itself, our goal is set by the Guru. So since we know the goal, the people won't get attached to the grahastha ashram. So they know that at the age of 50, or once their children are got married or they are ready to continue their work, then the person need to start the vanaprastha life. Vanaprastha life in the sense, they need to get out from the house and they need to stay in the holy place. Like there are so many holy places are there in India. So the holy places meant for to practice the spiritual life. So they need to go and stay there. And during the vanaprastha time, they are allowed to come back to home and go back to one of the sacred place. They are allowed. They can go to multiple places. They need to visit multiple holy places and they need to hear enoughly from them. And we need to live a strict life. We need to practice strictly the self-control life. So once we enter the vanaprastha, there we need to stop the the grahastha life. So vanaprastha life, in the sense, it is kind of fully self-control, not to indulge with the sex indulgence with the wife and all, should not be there. Vanaprastha life. That is it is started. Practicing it started in the vanaprastha life. Since we have the attachment, because so 25 to 50, there are 25 years. So we may have vanaprastha life is practice the detachment from the home. So they are allowed most of the time to stay away from the family, and sometimes they can come and mingle with the family, and they'll stay with their children, and they will stay with the grandchildrens, and they can stay there. They stay at home, and wife also will be there. They can stay at home, but they should not connected with the family. They need to practice the detachment, and they need to say for a week, then they will go away to another second place, and they will stay there for a couple of months. Again, then come back to home, stay for a week, then go back. So this is the vanaprastha life. It's the practicing the detachment from the family life. So in this way, once we get out of this family life, then we won't get into the any kind of materialistic business or any of the materialistic activities, because we already detached from the normal life. So we need to practice continuously practicing that. So because of that, it is easy for us to come out from the family connection. Once, as long as we are working, we are earning, and we are doing some business, then the Lakshmi is coming in our hand, then it is difficult to leave that. So that is the reason we have to practice that detachment by leaving at the age of 50, at least. That's what Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport. And they need to practice in the, they need to take, they need to, what are the rules and regulations are there, specified in the scriptures, they need to follow. That's the reason they, once the people will go out from this home, they will adapt, they'll join with any of the ashram, and they will go under a guru, and what are the instructions of the guru, they have to follow there. So they will follow, and so they need to get into the deep study of scriptures, because in the early age, we couldn't, if they study the brahmachari enoughly, then that is fine. They can revive that knowledge. But if they are not studied, in the current situation, it is not possible to complete this, because I'll be already connected with the material studies. So it is not possible to live like a Vedic kind of life. Vedic kind of life, Vedic culture life is kind of an imaginary now. So it is not possible, but it is possible, but it is very few people have the courage to continue that. So only those people, they are joining the gurukulas. There are some gurukulas still running by different organizations. So they are going to, they join there, and they are getting the knowledge from the guru, and they are continuing the brahmachari life. And there also they are the same thing. If they wanted to get into the married life, they are also getting married, and they will continue, and they will, after the 50, they will follow the vanaprastha life. And once the vanaprastha life is completely, they are detached from the family. Okay, I no more, I am connected with the family, fully practice in the Lord's service, then they will start the sannyasa life. Then the guru will, you can get a disha from a guru for a sannyasa, then they can practice the sannyasa. So this is the ideal way of living the life. But the current, the politicians, the or the who are all richest people, or not even richest people, everyone wanted to say live a comfort life, because they are not aware of this Vedic culture, because they now there is no knowledge of Sanatana Dharma. So now many of the, maybe some 15-20 years back, the people who are most of the people, the government servants and all, their aim is, once they retired, whatever the money they are getting from the retirement fund, they will build a house. So now I can live in the house peacefully. So that their mentality. So after 58, after 60 years of age, so now that time only they planning to start enjoy their life. So now I can peacefully sit with my home, with my wife. Anyway, my children are become big, so they will go for their work. I will be at home, and I'll be free from the material work. So that is the way the people mentality was. So now, current day, what is happening? Since now the market is open for all, so till their death, they wanted to earn the money and they want to enjoy what are the position in the politicians. So see, all the government servants, even the person who is teaching ABCD in the school, the government is declared that this person cannot concentrate on giving the knowledge to the people. So at the age of 60, they have to retire from the service because they can't concentrate on the work because of their bodily weakness, bodily problems will come, and their memory also will get lost. So at the age of 60, they have to retire from the service, and that is the government rule. But this rule is not applicable for the politicians. Politicians, they will continue their political, catch hold of the seat. Suppose somebody CM, somebody PM, even at the age of 80, 90, some ministers, 90, till death, they wanted to catch hold of the seat. So that is the illusion. They were in the illusion. They are in the Maya. So because of that, because they enjoy the comfort of the home, the food, everything. So they are unable to come out from that comfort life. Unable to come out from the comfort life. Because of that, they are stick with that kind of positions. So that's the reason in Bhagavad-gītā, if you see the 2.0, Bhagavad-gītā 2.41. Neha Vikramana Soste 2.40. What Krishna is saying to Arjuna, Neha Vikramana Soste Pratyavayo na vidyade Svalpam abhiyasya dharmasya Trayate mahato bhayat. So, in this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. So, Krishna is talking about the path of bhakti. So, there is no loss in the path of bhakti. That's what Krishna is saying. Even though you are leaving the bhakti in between and you are not able to continue your bhakti in this life, no need of fear, because it will save you. Whatever the bhakti you did, it will save you from the great danger. So what is the great danger? In the purport, in the today's slokas purport, Prabhupada is saying here, the plan maker is thus forced to accept another body in one of the 84 lakhs of species according to their fruits of work he has performed. In the next life, person who are too much attached to the family comforts are generally awarded lower species of life on account of sinful act performed during the long duration of sinful life. So this is one of the catchy point. So if you are not practicing the devotional service, then what will happen? We will be obviously the Maya will drag us in the sinful activities only, or in the animalistic way of living life, eating, mating, sleeping, that much only. That is also sinful life, because the Lord awarded the human form of life. The human form of life should not be wasted like animals. So if you are even though in the form of human, if you are doing with all the activities like animals, like eating and addicted to the sex and addicted to the drugs, so then and addicted to the money, addicted to the sleep. There are so many addictions are there. So if you're addicted with all those, any one of these activity, then you are not qualified as a human being. You are not qualified yourself to become a human being. That is the reason, if you see the 84 lakhs of species, 4 lakh species are human beings. So the 4 lakhs, there are different varieties that in that. Why there is 4 lakhs? See, human is the only one, right? Why Lord created is a 4 lakhs is the in varieties in the human being. Everybody has the same 2 hands, 2 legs. If it is a perfect person, 2 legs, 2 heads, 1 head, everything will be same. But in that, the consciousness is 4 lakhs of varieties, 4 lakhs in the human form. So it is huge number, the consciousness varieties. Because we can also see in front of us also we are seeing, and we are seeing the news is what the mundane news we are hearing, how the other countries are happening, how the people are living in the jungle, who are the tribals, how they are living. So there is one in India, there is one island, Sentinel Island. Sentinel Island, till now nobody entered this island. Somebody tried to enter, but they didn't came back after that. Whether we don't know what happened to them, because they are most dangerous people who are living in the Sentinel Island, because there are tribals. So they won't allow anybody going there, even though there are somebody, some helicopter or plane going near to the island, they are trying to uh, means attack that. So they are nobody allowed to go inside. Now it's a kind of a protected area, as a restricted area. Nobody should try to enter there also. Near to that island, so nobody should go, because there are the dangerous people are living there. So that kind of people also there in this current planet. We are thinking that we are in the very modern society. We are sending the rocket from here to there. We are having the aeroplane. We are having the helicopter. All those amenities are there with us. We have a mobile phone, this and that. Without having all this comfortness, some people are there, still there. They are following the tradition from the long ago. As a tribes, still they are following the same thing. They are there that without knowing this. Suppose somebody from the other planet coming and they want to see how the earth is. So we are saying that we are going to moon planet. So people are going to moon planet, they are landing somewhere and they are seeing that moon, nothing is there, only mud is there. They are landing the machine in the um, Mars. There also there is no water. We are finding the water there. So we know we have only the Panchapodas. All the material world are made up of Panchapodas, but we are trying to, but in Mars also what we are trying, what we can enjoy from there. Those things only we are seeing. We are not seeing that what is there, what is the advantage we can get it from them. We are advantages, we are trying the advantages only in the material way of advantages only we are trying there. So even we are in this kind of, we are so-called advancement, that advancement also not known by some people who are living currently in this material world. So those people, they will be again tribes, and they will be secluded place, they are there. And if somebody try to enter their community, then they will kill them. And if somebody from the other planet come and try to visit our planet, so they landed in that kind of island, that with their spacecraft, they entered that island, what will happen? They will see that, okay, in this earth planet, people are like this, like tribes they are living. The same spacecraft, if we entered into one of the city, the America, in one of the city, New York City, or in India is Mumbai or Bangalore kind of city, they entered, then they will be kind of a civilized people are there. They are doing the scientific advancement, this and that, they will understand again. If they landed in the desert, what you do? Nothing is there, only sand is there, no human here. Humans are there, but they are starving. They are not able to get water. There is no plants, nothing is there, only mud everywhere. So this is the ideology of a person, human being also. Yes, there is ideology we are getting, we are entering some other planet. Yes, planet is a very big. We are entering one place, by researching that place, we are concluding that there is no species in this world. But Prabhupada is saying that, and the other scriptures are saying, each and every planet there are species are there. And they are, according to their advancement, they are in the next level. What is their level? They are in that way, they are there. And in earthly planet, we are in the form of like this. It is kind of a mud. Our body is compared to the mud. So our body is made up of this, all the Panchabuddhas. In the mud is dominated here. So our bodies look like a mud. And in the sun planet, there are also living entities are there. There the domination of the Panchabuddha, one of the Panchabuddha is fire. So the body, the living entities who are there, their body is made up of fire there. So we can't go and enter in the sun. We can't say that sun planet no living entities are there. And all the planets living entities are there. But according to their one in the Panchabuddhas, one of the things are dominated there, one of the Panchabuddha, that way the body and all the other activities will be there. So here in the earthly planet, mud is dominated. So the human beings and all the animals here, everything will be made up of the solid thing. But in the if you see in the sun planet, the living entities, there are also living entities are there. Their living entities are made up of fire. So we can't imagine that. But the scriptures are saying in that way. So we should accept the scriptures and we should understand them. So today's sloka, it is talking about, if you are in this Bhagavad-gītā sloka also, it is saying that we have to live a life. So the at least minimum level of bhakti, if you do, then we will save from the great danger that you won't go to the animatic species. Otherwise, what will happen if you are living like an animal? Suppose this sentinel group of people, so they are also human being. By seeing that they are the human being, but their propensity, their mentality is like an animal only. They only think about eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Beyond that, they won't think anything. Because of that, they are kept in that way. So if there's such a human being, what will happen? So the next level life, they will get into the animalistic way of life only. The animal life only. They can't advance the spirituality. Right? So the human get into the spirituality and get into the self-understanding, self-realization. If we are not getting into the path, again, there is a great danger is there. We can very much danger is there to fall into the animalistic way of life. So that is the reason Krishna is saying to Arjuna that do little bhakti. If people do little bhakti, they will save from the great danger. So, and today's sloka, it is talking about the person at the age of, after their family life is over, that is after the age of 50, they have to leave their home. They will practice the self-control. Who are the grihasthas? They also practice the self-control and take the bath in the sacred regularly and sit down in the lonely place. Then they need to chant the holy name of the Lord. Because Kali Dharma is chant the holy name of the Lord and they need to make their life perfect. So this is the injunction given in the Bhagavatam. And Gaudiya Goswami also stressing this point. So we also aspire for that kind of life. For that, we have to start practice from now onwards. So we should not prolong our thinking, our plans. After 50 years, I will be there, I will be bringing this house, this much big car, this much money I need to save. Don't get into all those materially enriched the thinking, because 99% of the world is thinking in that way. We should not get into that. Because if you get into that, what will happen? We will be in the loss, actually. Whatever body we got, it is not meant for thinking in that way. So our thinking also, we need to think detachment thinking, which should come, so that after either 50, it is easy for us to go out and practice the self-realization. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.